for Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero. When it comes to news here on KALH, weather always comes first. Significant heat will expand across the west and central plains, potentially breaking daily high temperature records. Dangerous heat will then build into the eastern U.S. over the weekend through much of next week. Closer to home, above normal temperatures continue through tomorrow, with highs staying just below 100, becoming cooler next week as moisture arrives. Low-end chances for thunderstorms through Saturday, favoring the mountains. More widespread coverage early in the week. Flash flooding may become an issue for the early and middle part of next week.
This is Lieutenant William Skaggs with Alamogordo Fire Department. Alamogordo Fire Department urges all residents and visitors to remain vigilant and take extra precautions in light of the current dry conditions and heightened fire dangers. Some key fire safety tips for our community are: avoid using open flames outdoors, including barbecues, fire pits, or any other burning. Always ensure fire rings or barbecue pits are properly managed and avoid using them in windy conditions. Proper disposal of cigarettes. If smoking, make sure to fully extinguish cigarettes and dispose of them in a safe, non-flammable container. Never discard cigarette butts on the ground or in dry areas. Vehicle safety. Avoid parking vehicles on dry grass or areas with tall vegetation, as hot exhaust pipes could spark fires. Be mindful of equipment use. Ensure that lawnmowers, chainsaws, and any equipment that could generate sparks are used with caution and not in windy conditions. Check equipment regularly for safety. Stay informed. Follow local fire restrictions and guidelines, and remain alert to any updates or emergency notifications issued by local authorities. The fire risk in Alamogordo is high due to ongoing dry conditions. Together, we can keep Alamogordo safe. Please stay alert and practice fire safety at all times.
We'll have another look at the weather following this news.
This is Range Control with roadblock information. Roadblocks are subject to change without notice. Highway 70, Highway 380, Highway 54, Owen Road, Nike Avenue, and War Highway are scheduled to remain open.
A flash flood struck Ruidoso yesterday as floodwaters breached Meacham Drive at Brady Canyon. That led to closures. No word of any incidents or damage. Seven Springs Fire is at 782 acres in size and burning strong south of Mescalero, north of Cloudcroft. At last check, still 0% contained. Officials advise that the evacuation orders for Nogal Canyon are lifted, the roads are reopened, and residents are advised to return to their homes. Residents are advised to please remain vigilant, though, and remain alert for any increased fire activity in the area. You're going to want to save the date, July 16th, as a sign dedication goes up at Stallion Gate's entrance to the Trinity site, plus a mass and dinner reception and the 16th annual Candlelight Vigil.
The Department of Transportation will be placing a marker, a sign, at the Stallion Gate entrance to the Trinity bomb site off of Highway 380, 80th anniversary of Trinity, and it'll be the first time that the downwinders, the people of New Mexico who were so horribly harmed by the bomb, will be recognized. And so that's monumental, historical in nature, and we're very happy for it. If not for the work of State Representative Joanne Ferrari, this would not be happening. But, long time in the making, and very grateful that finally there'll be some place where we'll be recognized.
And that'll be happening at 11 a.m. at the Stallion Gate entrance. But then in the evening, we have a mass and dinner followed by a candlelight vigil. Tell me about them.
Well, this was really Archbishop Wester's request. We've had candlelight vigils. It'll be the 16th year in Tularosa, but we've never had a mass like this before. This will also be historical in nature because Archbishop Wester, Bishop Baldacchino from Las Cruces, and Bishop Walls from Gallup, they'll all be joining us in Tularosa. There'll be a mass. Right after that, we'll have a dinner where we feed everybody, and then we'll proceed over to the Veterans Memorial Park in Tularosa, where we'll have our 16th annual Candlelight Vigil.
Tina Cordova speaking with Crazy Radio. If you have any questions, visit trinitydownwinders.com. A new study is backing up the age of human footprints found at White Sands National Park, believed to be the oldest in North America, over 20,000 years, which is thousands of years earlier than previously believed. Since that discovery, researchers have been looking into more footprints. They radiocarbon dated the mud from the footprints and relied on an independent lab to analyze it, and that mud dated somewhere between 20,700 and 22,400 years old. The study states that researchers at 3 different laboratories have now used that mud, seeds, and pollen to date the footprints. In all, they have a total of 55 consistent radiocarbon dates. White Sands contains the world's oldest known collection of Pliocene-age fossilized footprints in the world. Researchers have also identified footprints from the Columbian mammoth and other Ice Age animals such as the saber-toothed cat and the dire wolf. And when we say dire wolf, we mean the real deal, not that genetically modified monstrosity that they tried to pass to the dire wolf a few months ago. Well, today is Friday. It's time for a cat chat from Kitty City.
Hi, this is Kathy Denton with Kitty City, and welcome to this week's edition of Cat Chat. Kitty City has had some very successful adoption events at the White Sands Mall on Saturdays where, along with an adult cat or two, quite a few kittens have been adopted. It makes us very happy that many of the kittens are now in their forever homes. These kittens would not have been so fortunate had it not been for the compassion and dedication of our foster families. By the time these kittens reach adoption age, they are happy, well-adjusted, and affectionate fur babies. We cannot say it often enough. We appreciate each and every one of our fosters because without them, Kitty City would not be able to rescue as many kittens as we have this year. So here's to our awesome fosters and their kittens. Yay! 2 happy kittens from a foster home and ready for adoption are 10-week-old tabby brothers, Hootie Hoot and Twinkle. Hootie Hoot is a light gray and, according to his foster, has a face resembling an owl. Twinkle is a buff color. Both kittens are cute and very playful and snuggly. Hootie Hoot and Twinkle love each other, and it would be great if they adopted together. A lucky little girl named Marie is now being fostered and will be ready for adoption in mid-July. Marie was found under the hood of a rescuer's car. The rescuer was worried that the kitten would not survive. The kitten had been trying to get away from predators and could not find her mama. She was frightened of people when she was found, but now is being socialized to people and is getting very friendly. Marie is now safe and receiving excellent care and a foster's love. She is 6.5 weeks old and will remain with her foster for a few more weeks. She is a pretty light gray and white tabby. She will be a heartbreaker. Come visit all the cats and kittens at Kitty City at 56 Stanley Ranch Road, Monday through Saturday, 8:30 a.m. to 12 noon. A forever friend is waiting for you. Or check out our website at www.kittycitynm.com to see the pictures and biographies of all our cats and kittens. Tomorrow, Saturday, June 21, Kitty City will have a double adoption event. Kitty City will be at the White Sands Mall from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., and we will also have cats and kittens at the Alamogordo Public Library from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. Summer special for the month of June is 2 kittens or cats for the price of 1. Twice the fun and half the trouble. Don't forget to check out Alamogordo Animal Control Facebook page to see the dogs whose fees are all paid featured at #FreeFurryFriends. You can also visit these dogs at Alamogordo Animal Control on Florida Avenue, Monday through Saturday, 12 noon to 5 p.m. Kitty City Cats will be waiting to see you tomorrow, Saturday, June 21, at the White Sands Mall or the Alamogordo Public Library. This has been Kathy Denton with this week's edition of Cat Chat. I'll be talking with you next week from Kitty City. Kitty City and you. No one loves them better.
News from around the state in just a moment. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
What happens when the marriage of an innocent ingenue gets thwarted by the no-good Schnickel-Fritz grub? Well, you can only imagine. The Cloudcroft Light Opera Company presents Those Wedding Bells Shall Not Ring Out. Witness the ceremony at the Cloudcroft Pavilion, 7:30 p.m., June 27 and 28, July 4th, 5th, 6th, 11th, and 12th. Free admission. Donations taken for youth scholarships. Those Wedding Bells Shall Not Ring Out, in cooperation with Pioneer Drama Company and Tim Kelly.
Hi, it's me, here to tell you about AlamogordoTownNews.org. This is Otero County's #1 source for local news, sports, and community. Quite frankly, AlamogordoTownNews.org is the Big Lies news service online. AlamogordoTownNews.org is a Second Life Media affiliated company.
Directory Plus is the right size book. It's the book if you need a phone book.
That's what just one person has to say about Directory Plus. With its red cover, features, colorful yellow pages, and lots more, it's no wonder people all over use Directory Plus.
It has so much more information. You can cross-check phone numbers or addresses or pretty much anything.
Look on the plus side, Directory Plus.
I'm a big fan of Directory Plus.
Police investigators worked overnight after a person was found dead in the East Mountains near Albuquerque yesterday. Detectives arrested Derek DePalma for assaulting that victim with an object on Tuesday night after reviewing video evidence. Detectives are working with the Bernalillo County District Attorney's Office to modify the charges following the body recovery. 24-year-old Anthony Maestas was sentenced to prison for 30.5 years for child abuse and possession of child sexual abuse material. Maestas pled guilty to 2 counts of child abuse, manufacturing visual medium of sexual exploitation of children, possession of visual medium of sexual exploitation of a child under 13, and voyeurism of a victim under 18. After serving his sentence, he'll be required to complete a parole term of 5 to 20 years. 2 illegal aliens were convicted of trespassing into the recently established New Mexico National Defense Area. Mexican national Andres de los Santos Martinez pled guilty to re-entry after deportation, willfully violating a defense property security regulation, and military trespass by entering the New Mexico National Defense Area. Border Patrol agents picked up de los Santos Martinez in Donna Ana County on June 1st. Officials say he had previously been apprehended in the National Defense Area on May 7th. Mexican national Eduardo Herrera Juvencio also pled guilty to re-entry after deportation, willfully violating a defense property security regulation, and military trespass by entering the New Mexico National Defense Area. Herrera Juvencio, like de los Santos Martinez, had been apprehended in the National Defense Area twice.
Border security is national security. It is every nation's fundamental right, and indeed its responsibility, to know exactly who and what is coming across our borders.
U.S. Attorney Ryan Ellison. The trout fire near Silver City continues to grow and burned over 43,000 acres, but is now 11% contained. Public Information Officer for the Southwest Area Incident Management Team 4, Stefan Lasky, spoke with KRQE.
We do the IR flight, the infrared flight, late at night, so it's probably a few thousand acres above that.
The team says there are more than 1,000 firefighters from across the nation battling these flames, and the New Mexico National Guard was also deployed to assist. The team estimates more than 1,300 homes have been asked to evacuate.
It's turning away from homes on the south flank, but we don't want it flanking us and making a run to the north because there's a lot of fuel in there. So we're dumping tons of retardant on it right now.
Fire crews are making progress on another fire burning in the northern part of the Gila National Forest. The lightning-caused buck fire has burned over 57,000 acres and is now 71% contained. Well, today is Friday. It's time to check in with Christy and find out where the fish are biting.
I'm Christy Lepis here on Crazy Radio, and it's time now to see where the fish are biting. Bonito Lake, fishing for trout was very good when using power bait. Carlsbad Municipal Lake, fishing for largemouth bass was slow to fare when using worms. Elephant Butte Lake, fishing for white bass was very good when using topwater lures, shad pattern jerk baits, and grubs. Grindstone Reservoir, fishing for catfish was very good when using silver and blue Castmasters. Lake Van, fishing for catfish was good when using chicken with cherry Kool-Aid. Santa Rosa Lake, fishing for walleye was good when using curly-tailed grubs. Alto Lake, Bonito Lake, and Eagle Rock Lake are just some of the area waters that were stocked this week. And our catch of the week is, drumroll please, Emilio, Antonio, and Mateo Espinosa caught 7 trout at Fenton Lake. That's it for this week. Join us next week as we tell you the fishing hotspots and what they are biting on. For Crazy Radio, I'm Christy Lepis, reminding you to take your family fishing.
Your Crazy Radio spot-on weather forecast for the Tularosa Basin today calls for sunny skies, winds gusting as high as 20 miles per hour. Mostly clear tonight, winds gusting up to 23. Sunny tomorrow, winds gusting up to 18. Your high today in the basin, 97. Low tonight of 73. High tomorrow, 97 degrees. In Cloudcroft, sunny skies today, winds gusting as high as 22 miles per hour. Mostly clear tonight, winds gusting up to 29. Sunny tomorrow with a 20% chance of showers and storms, winds gusting up to 26. Your high today in Cloudcroft, 77. Low tonight of 55. High tomorrow, 76 degrees. Local breaking news can be found on our website, alamogordotownnews.org, and learn more about Crazy Radio by visiting kalhradio.org. Also, check out the Crazy KALH Radio YouTube channel. That's where we post our daily newscasts, complete interviews, and other information which concerns everyone in the Tularosa Basin. Be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to our channel if you've not done so already. That way you too can remain informed of the goings-on in the Tularosa Basin. And that concludes today's edition of Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.